Guys, Cornell here. Today I'm going to be doing a restoration of an LG Q6. This phone has a cracked display, so we're going to be replacing that in this video. Booting up the phone, everything seems fully functional. Loading up a YouTube video to test the display and audio reveals that there is an issue with the speakers, or so I thought. This phone has had a piece of an aux cable jammed into the headphone jack, which means that the phone thinks that there are headphones plugged in and is trying to send all the audio to the non-existent headphones. So we're going to need to take a look at that. After shutting down the phone, the first thing we need to do is heat up the adhesive that is holding the battery door to the phone. It is recommended that you use a heat gun, but a hairdryer will do the trick if you don't have access to one. After heating up the adhesive with a hairdryer, I'm able to slide my jimmy tool in between the back cover and the frame. Remember not to push the picks too deep as you can risk damaging any delicate internals inside the phone. As you can see, I'm using multiple opening picks on the phone to prevent the phone from resealing itself, as this is fairly strong adhesive. Looks like I've accidentally turned on the phone trying to open it. If this happens, make sure to turn off the phone immediately before proceeding to prevent any damage to the phone or potential damage to you. Fortunately, the rear cover on the phone is only plastic, so we don't have to worry about shattering the glass in the process. There are 11 Phillips screws that need to be removed. Luckily, all of these screws are identical, so we don't need to worry about mixing them up. Unlike some other companies, sorry. Unfortunately, this part was accidentally left out on the recording, but I've highlighted which screws need to be removed. After removing the screws, it's time to remove the bottom speaker and upper plastic. I've made a mistake in this recording. Please make sure to disconnect the battery at the bottom as shown in green before the display cable as shown in red. I accidentally removed the display cable first instead of the battery because I got the connections mixed up. If you remove the display first, you could risk shorting the display. Make sure you disconnect the headphone jack. After removing the SIM card tray, we should now be able to remove the motherboard. So for this part, we need to remove the battery. But be careful, as this battery is being held down with a lot of adhesive and you don't want to risk any damage to the battery. There are 4 black screws that need to be removed. These screws are different from the rest of the screws in this phone. Make sure you don't mix these up with the rest of the screws. Next, we need to push out the old display from its frame. It is held on with light adhesive, so we won't need to use any heat to remove this. Now we need to install the new display and basically work our way backwards. Now we need to reinstall the 4 screws that we just removed. Now to install the headphone jack. Now the front facing camera. When reinstalling the motherboard, make sure that you do not get any of the connections stuck underneath the motherboard. Connect the front facing camera and the headphone jack. Here I apply some double-sided adhesive tape, but basically anything sticky would do the trick, just to make sure this battery isn't going anywhere. Now we can reconnect the LCD cable, then stick on the battery. Now that everything is reconnected, we can now reconnect the battery and install the bottom speaker assembly and the top plastic. Now that we've reinstalled the top plastic bracket, make sure to screw it in, then install the speaker assembly at the bottom. So after everything is installed and screwed in and all that is missing is to install the back cover, we can now test the phone. Make sure the display is working and see if we fix the audio. Everything seems to be working perfectly. The new headphone jack was able to restore headphone functionality and restore the access to our speakers. Now that everything is confirmed to be working, it's now time to reinstall the back cover and finish the repair. Before installing the new adhesive, make sure that there is no residue remaining from the old adhesive, as it would affect the new adhesive's ability to stick to the back cover and the frame of the phone. Now that the new adhesive is in place, we can reinstall the back panel and secure it to the phone. Don't forget to reinstall the SIM card tray, and that would conclude the repair. Congratulations! You have just repaired your LG Q6. If you made it this far into the video, a like and subscription would be appreciated. Stay tuned for more videos like this. Thanks and goodbye.